This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Monday. Hopefully you were able to stay dry at least a little bit over the weekend. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Consley. I think we're going to be past it this morning. I opened the door, more rain coming, and John says we might not see the sun until Wednesday.
Wow.
Good morning, John.
Yeah, good morning. Well, we may see peaks at the sun, but certainly Wednesday is going to be a much improved day with mostly sunny skies. So I'm waiting for that one. I don't know about you.
We all are.
I think we all are. Chance to dry out. Today, though, I'm designating it a first alert weather day because of the potential of some disruptive weather, not necessarily severe weather, but certainly more heavy thunderstorm activity around could exacerbate the already flooded conditions in some locations and certainly lead to more ponding of water on some roadways. So watch for that and allow yourself a little extra commute time. We still have flood watches up for the area through 9 p.m. tonight. We've had some heavy thunderstorm activity move through the area, particularly in coastal Manatee County, Sarasota County, now in Venice. Some fairly heavy rainfall located there. 80% chance of rainstorms today, some of them heavy at times, an additional 2 inches of rain to perhaps isolated pockets of 4 inches of rain possible over the next 24 hours. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a minute.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Some issues now on the roads. Let's check first alert traffic. First of all, you'll see some problems on 301, both north and southbound. We're also hearing about an issue now on University around the airport between DeSoto and 41. That just came into our newsroom, so be aware of that right by the airport. Farther south now into Sarasota County, only major problem is relatively, I shouldn't say major, it's kind of a strong word, at the 41-301 split, some delays there. And farther south into South County, all clear right now at 6:02 on your Monday morning.
Topping our news this hour, parts of Texas, including Houston, are still seeing widespread loss and devastation from the floods caused by now Tropical Storm Harvey.
Harvey is stalled over Houston. There have been fatalities, and now the president will visit tomorrow. Reporter John Lawrence has the latest.
It's the first major meteorological disaster of the Trump administration. Tropical Storm Harvey bringing catastrophic flooding to parts of Texas, especially Houston. On Sunday morning, the president held a teleconference from Camp David discussing recovery plans with Vice President Pence and cabinet members.
We're having a White House that is being very responsive, very concerned about the people of Texas, and a tremendous help to us.
I spoke to the president earlier, and he committed swift and immediate federal resources and all the support that the state needed. I was very appreciative of his direct and personal level of concern.
Mr. Trump says he's happy with how officials are responding, tweeting great coordination between agencies at all levels of government. Continuing rains and flash floods are being dealt with. Thousands rescued. The White House says the president will go to Texas to see the devastation firsthand on Tuesday. In the meantime, Trump says the focus must be life and safety. The National Weather Service says more than 2 feet of rain fell in Houston on Sunday. Harvey is expected to bring up to 50 inches of rain by midweek.
This disaster is going to be a landmark event. We're setting up and gearing up for the next couple years.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Here on the Suncoast, a record-breaking rain leaves some cars, homes, and streets underwater.
And one neighborhood has had to evacuate. Let's go live to that spot now here. 301 in Whitfield. Our Jess Stradrick is live at the scene. Jess, good morning.
Good morning, Jacqueline and Ray. This was one of the neighborhoods that was absolutely slammed this weekend by rain and flooding. It's the Center Lake neighborhood in Manatee County. Take a look behind me. The entrance of the neighborhood is blocked off. The flooding coming the whole way up to the entrance here. You can't even drive through. 61 families have evacuated, I'm told, by residents who live here, with some of them having 4 to 6 inches of rain inside of their home. Now, this is what the neighborhood looked like last night. Residents say the streets were impassable. This area is one of dozens underwater after weekend storms dumped up to 13 inches of rain on areas of Sarasota and Manatee counties. Emergency management officials are warning Suncoast residents that we're not out of the woods yet.
Stay at home if you can, avoid unnecessary travel. But, you know, we know people have to go to work, go to the store. Just use caution. If you find a roadway that's flooded, try to find another route. You know, these days with smartphones, your GPS can get you places on alternate roads that you may not be aware of.
Now, as you can see behind me, the neighborhood is completely dark. That is because they are without power. Now, we're asking you to drive safely and carefully on your way to work or school this morning. It doesn't take much for water to get up in your car engine and for your vehicle to stall. There were many stranded vehicles throughout the Suncoast all weekend. Reporting live in Manatee County, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you so much, Jess. As thousands of people continue to feel the effects of Harvey, a Bradenton couple is responding to a call to action to help Texas storm victims. Carla and Chuck Olson have been volunteers with the American Red Cross for the past few years, working on local operations within our community, but they never expected to be asked to travel out of state. That is until this weekend when they received an email from the American Red Cross asking them when they would be ready to pack up and head to Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
We didn't know we were on the list for a deployment, so we called and checked around, and then sure enough, we were the number 1 and 2 people they wanted to go, so we volunteered and raised our hands and said we'd go.
This is our first big opportunity, so we're a little nervous and pretty excited to be able to help.
The Olsons will be deployed for 2 weeks in Louisiana before moving on wherever they're needed to help with American Red Cross operations.
A scam is making the round now on social media, targeting those victims in Houston. Residents are being asked not to share this message that said in part, the National Guard is being deployed to the area. If you find yourself in a state of emergency, you're asked to call a particular number. Well, that phone number is actually for an insurance company based out of state and not a number to any government entity. Residents should always call 911 in case of an emergency. Meantime, NFL star J.J. Watt has started a fundraiser to help the flood victims across his state. Watt and his Houston Texans are now all safe after being rerouted to Dallas before the storm this weekend, and they'll travel back to Houston when it's safe. Watt said in a video on his Twitter account that it's hard to watch the devastation in Houston. At last check, his fundraiser has generated more than $200,000.
In the nation's capital, President Donald Trump asked Attorney General Jeff Sessions this past spring whether it would be possible for him to drop the federal case against Arizona Sheriff Joe Arpaio. According to the Washington Post, Sessions told Trump it would be inappropriate for him to interfere. According to the report, Trump eventually decided to let the case go to the trial with plans of pardoning him if he was convicted. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders told the Post it's only natural that the president would have a discussion with administration lawyers about legal matters. And former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn is under investigation for possibly trying to obtain Hillary Clinton's emails from Russians. A Wall Street Journal report says Flynn's alleged role is being looked at by special counsel Robert Mueller. Late Republican activist Peter Smith reached out to Russian hackers who claim to have obtained the emails, but there's no evidence that Clinton's email was ever hacked. Flynn resigned as Trump's national security advisor in February over his contacts with a Russian ambassador.
An update now on last week's Navy destroyer collision in the Far East. The remains of all 10 missing sailors have since been recovered. The Navy vessel struck an oil tanker near Singapore a week ago. The commander of the U.S. Pacific Fleet was dismissed over concerns of his ability to lead after the crash. The Navy also said it will investigate other recent U.S. warship collisions in Asian waters to see if more dismissals are necessary.
Whole Foods may no longer be known for costing your whole paycheck anymore. The upscale grocery chain will start slashing prices today as Amazon officially takes over. According to Amazon, the first order of business will be to lower those price tags on some staple items, including organic avocados, apples, salmon, brown eggs, and many other items. Amazon Prime members will also be able to cash in on some special in-store deals. Amazon will also start selling some Whole Foods products on its website, and some stores will become pickup and drop-off locations for Amazon.com.
Unusual merger, huh? Amazon and Whole Foods. Who would have saw that coming?
Yeah, an interesting model.
Yeah.
Sure is, yeah.
What
They
next?
do go. That'll be nice, actually. I think to see some lowering of prices there. I enjoyed that store, and it would be always a pleasure to keep a few extra bucks in my pocket.
Yeah, sometimes I avoid going there because it is so pricey, but I like the store in general. So.
Yeah, it's
Very
great.
healthy.
Yeah.
We have some changes coming up over the next several days in the weather. We'll talk about that in a second.
All right, also still had the first alert traffic. There are some issues, and this weekend storm left some Suncoast families without a place to stay.
We'll take a look at how people are trying to save their belongings in one neighborhood when we come back.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Discover all the reasons the experts love Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month, or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 1-800-468-1930. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today. Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Going to go ahead and designate today a first alert weather day, which basically means that we don't really have a severe weather threat today, but we do have disruptive weather in the forecast. We've already had it along this morning, and certainly some ponding of water on roadways, still a problem for your morning commute. Additional rainfall possible today. We have a temperature dew point match, 100% relative humidity, and showers in progress now. An area of low pressure located off the Jacksonville coastline, still pumping a southwest wind flow across the area and bringing us these showers and occasionally thunderstorms. Also, because of this southwesterly wind flow, we have a high danger today of rip currents on area beaches. So not the best day to be out in the waters, that's certain, because of heavy surf action. Boating also not necessarily recommended today. The heaviest of the rainfall now located around the Nokomis area. Nokomis, Venice, the core of the heavier showers moving on shore there, producing some pretty heavy rainfall rates. These are fairly slow-moving showers that are drifting southward and moving off to the north and to the east. The whole line is drifting southward. You can see that core of heavier rain showers also around Laurel Roads and Jacaranda, seeing some fairly heavy rainfall. To the south, just around Rotunda, North Rotunda, seeing some heavier rainfall there, as well as that line sinks a little bit further to the south. That'll be the case throughout the day today. Off and on showers possible almost any time, some of them producing some fairly heavy rainfall. particularly near the coastline. So 41, a potential area for some standing water possibly, and of course local area roadways that tend to flood certainly could have some issues again today. We have, of course, this low pressure area which has now been redesignated as of yesterday evening as a pre-tropical storm. There could be tropical storm development within the next 12 hours or so, and consequently it has to receive that designation in order for watches and warnings to be posted for South Carolina and North Carolina coastlines. And of course we watch Harvey, terrible track forecast for that storm we'll talk about in a second. We get the plume of moisture wrapping into that low pressure area off the Jacksonville coastline, producing again today potential for some heavy rain, 2 to 4 inches possible. That low lifts northward, high pressure builds up from the south, and we start to change the weather as we head into tomorrow. Today, another 2 to 4 inches possible, at times heavy. We've already seen some pretty heavy overnight showers. Less rainfall tomorrow, but still thunderstorms around. And then on Wednesday, the sunshine returns. The computer model forecast for rainfall over the next 24 hours does show some fairly heavy rainfall along coastal regions, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches possible there. And when I say 4 inches, those would be in isolated pockets, generally speaking, more like 2 inches. A couple of potential hot spots. Of course, we have the 2 close to home, but another one coming off the African coast bears watching. Plenty of time to do that. It's a long way away. Okay, Harvey, now a tropical storm with 40-mile-an-hour winds. The wind's really not the issue. The issue, the track forecast. Watch what happens. Over the next several days, it moves back out into the warm waters of the Gulf, just pumping moisture back toward the Houston area. And it takes days for it to lift northward and finally eject out toward the Tennessee River Valley. Until then, though, just another additional 20 inches of rainfall possible, bringing the total in isolated pockets up to about 50 inches. Tremendous amounts of rain. For us, during the last 24 hours, we've had some pretty good rainfall here, too. Some 2-3 inch rainfalls, maybe an isolated pocket or two of even higher than that. So watch for the potential of some localized roadway flooding today. Watch for rip current issues. A flood watch up till 9 p.m. tonight may be extended. 80% chance of rain today. Wait for Wednesday. The sun will come out. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at your first alert traffic this morning in Manatee County. Looks like there is some congestion across the area. There is a road closure in the northbound lane at 15th Street and Whitfield Avenue in Manatee County, so keep that in mind. Also, University Parkway, it is closed in both directions from DeSoto to West University Parkway. So as we're heading into Sarasota County, you can see some slowdowns across the region in that area. There is a crash on I-75 in the southbound lanes after University Parkway, so keep that in mind. Also in South County, there is another crash on the northbound I-75 lanes near the Venice connector, but other than that, looking pretty good at 619. Remember, there are lots of ponding waters on the roadway this morning. 619 this morning, and some Manatee County homeowners will have to deal with the damage from this weekend storm over the next few weeks as those floodwaters continue to recede.
Families are trying to save what they can as the rain floods some condos. A closer look now from our Erica Jackson.
I'm at Shady Brook Village condominiums in Manatee County, and many residents here are stuck inside the complex because the floodwaters are about 1 foot deep.
We saw water at the front door, and when we opened it, there was already about 2 or 3 inches inside the house.
Steve Urban watched helplessly as inches of water grew to feet inside his Manatee County home.
All the appliances got wet, all the furniture, china cabinet, Xbox, all the TV remotes.
He and his neighbors are now left to salvage what they can from the water before crews can evaluate the damage.
They have to rip out all the drywall, all the cabinets, throw everything away, couches, pretty much anything that got wet they want to get rid of because of the bacteria.
This is a swimming pool. It's so bad. They're still recovering from the last flood last year this time.
Britton Williams' condo sits higher above sea level toward the front of the complex. The damage reminds her of another recent storm, Hurricane Hermine in 2016.
From last year to this year, it's kind of the same. It's just a lot of rain that won't stop.
Hermine flooded Urban's condo last year, and he just bought replacement furniture a few weeks ago. He says he's not looking forward to starting again from scratch.
Everything that you lose, and then all the furniture and all the cleanup work that has to follow.
The floodwaters are still so deep in some areas that residents can't even get their cars out of the complex. If they decide that they want to leave, they're going to have to get out on their own 2 feet. Reporting in Manatee County, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
I've seen that water inside the condos. It's just heartbreaking.
No, I know. It really is devastating to see some of those images
Yeah.
coming across right here out of the Suncoast and, of course, in Houston as well.
Once the water is out, then the smell and the mold and all that issue. 6:21 right now, still ahead. A Houston UPS worker turned hero.
We'll tell you how one man stepped into the disaster zone to save those in need when we come back.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
$40 million. That's the number of free phones still available and the number of how many Americans can still get prescriptions free.
Free could be wonderful. That's why I'm still working at 77 years old to pay off my prescriptions.
I needed to have a prescription filled and I had to leave because I couldn't afford it.
Call now and see what's available for you. Free prescriptions. Over 10 million people get prescriptions free, and the program has expanded so another 40 million can. Free dental. Over 15,000 dentists have provided over $330 million in free dental work. Free cell phones. 40 million free cell phones are still available with free minutes and more.
Free cell phone would change my life right now because it is something I cannot afford to get.
Medical supplies like back braces, knee braces, and diabetic supplies may be covered too. The free RX Plus hotline has saved callers over $12 million on their prescription costs. These free programs are now available to 40 million more people. Call now.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Here's a live picture from our tower cam of the Rosemary District. Indeed, very humid and 2 to 4 inches of rain expected by Wednesday, and the rain continues this morning.
That's right. Just when you think it's over, it's still going on out there. Just a reminder, here's some pictures for, or here are links to our Facebook page if you want to send us some pictures. I have some people sending some images in from Venice, from Lockwood Ridge. Looks like there's lots of places still having some flooding issues across the Suncoast this morning.
Yeah, and also evacuations in southern Manatee County. We'll check live with Jess Dowdrick in about 5 minutes about the evacuations in the Center Lake area near Whitfield and 301.
Yeah. Welcome back. It is 6:25 this morning, and as the rain continues to fall in Houston, ordinary citizens are doing extraordinary things to help their neighbors.
ABC's Candace Gibson has a closer look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Houston heroes in their own words.
We went in there with a military-grade 5-ton vehicle, and it was able to get in the neighborhood pretty quickly, and we was able to rescue a lot of people with that.
So far, just coming in, helping people get in the boats, helping make sure they're safe. There was an elderly couple. One of the neighbors was nice enough to take them in so that they can have somewhere to be.
Yeah, so we just called people and asked if they needed help, and a lot of people were just like, yeah, we need some help right now.
So, I got the kids. I made them laugh to help them, get over the anxiety of being out there in the cold water or seeing a large amount of water in their front yard.
And coming up at 7 o'clock, we'll have full live team coverage of the catastrophic flooding and more from those helping its victims. With your GMA First Look, I'm Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
Crohn's disease.
You're more than just a bathroom disease.
You're a life of unpredictable symptoms. Crohn's, you've tried to own us.
But now it's our turn to take control with Stelara.
Stelara works differently for adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease. Studies showed relief and remission with dosing every 8 weeks.
Stelara may lower the ability of your immune system to fight infections and may increase your risk of infections and cancer. Some serious infections require hospitalization. Before treatment, get tested for tuberculosis. Before or during treatment, always tell your doctor if you think you have an infection or have flu-like symptoms or sores, have had cancer, or develop any new skin growths, or if anyone in your house needs or recently had a vaccine. Alert your doctor of new or worsening problems, including headaches, seizures, confusion, and vision problems. These may be signs of a rare, potentially fatal brain condition. Some serious allergic reactions can occur. Do not take Stelara if you are allergic to any of its ingredients.
We're fed up with your unpredictability.
Remission can start with Stelara. Talk to your doctor today. Janssen wants to help you explore cost support options for Stelara.
Hi, I'm Jeff Benninghoff, the General Manager here at ABC7. In my last message to the Suncoast community, I made a commitment to keep DirecTV viewers informed about ongoing negotiations to keep ABC7 on their system. We continue to work with them, but as of yet, they have not agreed to a fair deal to keep this channel on their lineup after August 31st. It wouldn't be the first time DirecTV left their customers in the dark. In fact, since 2015, DirecTV has dropped local channels from their lineup 14 times, affecting millions of viewers. We regret that DirecTV keeps putting their subscribers in the middle of these negotiations. It should not be your problem. After all, you pay 100% of your bill every single month to DirecTV. Why should you have to worry about losing ABC7? You can always locate information on this situation at www.ourlocalcommitment.com/WWSB. We will continue to work to reach an agreement without interruption and continue to keep you, the viewer, informed. And remember, you always have choices. We are free over the air at mysuncoast.com, our free news and weather apps, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and also available through other local providers. Thank you.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, heavy rain over the weekend causes flooding on the Suncoast, forcing people to stay inside or seek shelter. We'll have a live report from one neighborhood in Manatee County.
Plus, we'll show you how the weather damaged a local business. This was the surprise that welcomed a company in Bradenton.
And how flooding on the Suncoast is affecting Manatee and Sarasota County schools. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, sort of. It is a challenging day here on the Suncoast. We've got some rain in the area. We've got evacuations near 301 in Whitfield, and we also have a temporary shelter open now near Bayshore Gardens and 14th Street West. Another day on the Suncoast.
Yeah, certainly a devastating day in Houston as well as here on the Suncoast, as flooding is affecting lots of people right here in our area.
Let's get to tales now. What's next? Here's our friend John Scalzi. Good morning, John.
Good morning. Yeah, a very active day today weather-wise. I am designating today a first alert weather day. Not because of severe weather, not because we'll see anything like we saw on Saturday or even Sunday, really, but we will see more potential heavy rainfall today in pockets at times, almost anywhere, almost any time. An additional 2 to 4 inches is possible, and with already saturated ground, that of course could lead to additional roadway flooding, roadway problems. And I remind you that only a 1/4 inch of rainfall on the roadways can lead to hydroplaning. So please ease up off the gas pedal. That's the way to eliminate that hydroplaning problem. We have some showers during the overnight, particularly along coastal regions of Manatee and Sarasota County. Those showers now moving inland. Areas around Port Charlotte and Northport and Punta Gorda seeing the heaviest rain falling now. That's obvious on the last little image here of our radar loop. So for today, expect about an 80% chance of rainfall, heavy at times. Thunder and lightning also possible, as some of the storms could actually develop into thunderstorms a little later on. Daytime high held down by the cloud cover into the mid-80s. We'll have the complete forecast for you in just a minute.
All right, thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic. Several issues right now on the road all across the Suncoast. Our particular map is not going to budge. We can tell you there are problems on 15th Street near Whitfield, University Parkway around the airport. We're hearing it's closed in both directions from DeSoto west toward 41. Now, that includes the airport there, so we'll have to follow that one closely. Also, a crash on northbound 75 in Sarasota near the 681 connector. So we'll check back with more traffic in 15 minutes here at 6:34 on your Monday morning.
This morning, we're getting a clearer picture of Tropical Storm Harvey's aftermath as the storm leaves thousands displaced across the state of Texas.
Harvey rolled into Texas on Friday night as the strongest hurricane to hit the U.S. in more than a decade. The National Weather Service is predicting that parts of Texas could receive nearly 50 inches of rain. That's the largest recorded total in that state's history.
I don't know. I just want them to be happy and start over and forget. I want to be done. I want this town to be back like it was. I grew up here.
The storm is now stalled over Houston, so the rain could continue there until later on in the week. Harvey has already killed 5 people, and that number, like the rainwater, is expected to rise.
Well, here on the Suncoast, there is continuous rainfall that has parts of our area underwater this morning as flooding continues to be a problem.
One area has been evacuated. Let's go live now to that area near 301 in Whitfield for a live report from our Jess Dowdrick. Jess?
Good morning, Jacqueline and Ray. This neighborhood, Center Lake, is one that was absolutely slammed by rain and flooding. As you can see behind me, the front of the neighborhood is blocked off. The neighborhood flooded the whole way to the front sign here. I'm told that about 61 families have evacuated. They're either at St. George Church, some of them are in hotels, and I'm told about 4 to 6 inches of water are in some of these homes. Moments ago, we watched someone jump the fence to get out of the neighborhood because they can't drive through the entranceway. Now, this is what the neighborhood looked like last night. Residents say the streets were impassable. This area is one of dozens underwater after weekend storms dumped up to 13 inches of rain on areas of Sarasota and Manatee counties. Emergency management officials are warning Suncoast residents that we're not out of the woods yet.
They say turn around, don't drown, for a reason. We see this on TV right now with what happened in Texas. Drivers in Houston are being stuck in water and having to be rescued. So we just ask people to avoid those. If you don't have to be out on the road during these periods of heavy rain, stay home.
Now, as you can see, the neighborhood is completely dark. That's because they are without power. Now, we're asking everyone to just be extra careful and safe as you're driving to school or work this morning. Give yourself some extra time. There are many roads throughout the Suncoast that are closed and are still flooded, and it doesn't take much for water to get up into your engine and stall your car. It was happening across the Suncoast all weekend. Reporting live in Manatee County, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Jess. Meantime, a local business trying to clean up a huge mess. Mike Conforti, the trustee of a Bradenton union group, says when he got an email from his boss that there was damage, he didn't expect this. Strong trees snapped in two, debris piled so high, a path had to be cleared just to get in the front door.
When I pulled up, I didn't expect all of this. I've been a part of this for 18 years, this organization, and throughout all the hurricanes, the tropical storms, I've never seen anything like this before.
Now, the business roof also had some minor damage, but the real problem came from fallen trees. FP&L fixed a downed power line as well.
And scenes of flooding and water damage have been coming into us all night. Just incredible images and photos. While we can't show them all on here, here are some of the ones that we did think were interesting. Linda sent us this photo taken around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon at University Parkway between 301 and Old Bradenton Road. And if you can see it a little bit further in that picture, without that tall grass, it's hard to tell where the road ends and the pond begins. Now, Bill sent us this picture on Facebook. It shows the Linger Lodge campground in Bradenton and the water just completely surrounding an RV, making it almost look like it's floating on the water. Now, if you have any videos or photos from today's flooding or this weekend's flooding, we want to see them. You can just visit us on our Facebook page at mysuncoast.com.
Manatee County has opened a temporary shelter at St. George's Episcopal Church. It's located on 63rd Avenue West, which is near 14th Street West and Bayshore Gardens. It will serve as a shelter for those who can't stay in their homes due to storm damage or floodwaters. People are asked to use it as a last resort. And don't forget, if you have questions for your county officials about the weather damage, don't call 911 unless it's an emergency. Non-emergency calls for Sarasota and Manatee County can go to one of the numbers listed right there on your screen.
And Manatee County Emergency Management handing out sandbags at several locations yesterday. It was all in an effort to help people protect their homes from flooding, with rain expected to continue throughout today. And as we near the peak of hurricane season, it's important to make sure your home is prepared. The county also plans to offer bags later today until supplies run out.
And despite the ongoing rain, school is in session today. Sorry, kids. Students waiting for buses are asked not to wait in areas with water. Instead, go to a place that is safe and not covered by water, but still be visible to the bus driver, of course. There could be some delays as the buses try to navigate the Suncoast roadways. Certainly an unusual day. Mondays are bad enough already.
Yeah. I think that's an important thing, I guess, not to let your kids play in pond or waters that have risen. You know, it's tempting to do that, splash around out there, but there could be, broken glass under there. There could be animals as well, snakes and such. So stay out of those waters.
Yeah, you never know what's under there.
Yeah, you really don't. You really don't. We have some changing weather over the next several days. We'll talk about that in our first alert forecast.
All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your first alert traffic. And Google is working to help in the world of mental health.
We'll tell you how the world's biggest search engine plans to help diagnose depression. Up next in Health Smart.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599. 800-570-7599.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at 78 degrees with an air temperature to match and rain showers in progress. I'm designating today a first alert weather day, and by that I mean disruptive weather certainly possible with showers and thunderstorms kind of numerous as we walk into the afternoon. We'll look for potentially another 2 inches of rainfall maybe over the next 24 hours, isolated pockets of 4-inch rainfalls, and of course that won't do anything but exacerbate the already saturated conditions across the Suncoast, leading to more potential roadway issues. And a reminder, only a 1/4 inch of rainfall necessary to hydroplane your car, and the way around that is to ease up off the gas pedal. We had some heavier showers this morning moving through parts of coastal Manatee and Sarasota counties. Those showers now basically down to the south, but there's a lot more out in Gulf waters gradually drifting in this direction. No real thunderstorm activity to speak of. We had a pop of lightning out in the Atlantic, out in the Gulf waters, but nothing here close to home over the course of the last half hour or so. We had some earlier on, but things are pretty quiet right now in terms of thunderstorm activity. Still, some pretty good rain showers moving through areas of Mayaca State Park, and particularly down to the south around Murdoch, moving toward the Veterans Boulevard and areas around Port Charlotte, Northport, and even Rotunda, seeing some heavier rainfall this morning. So that is a potential, excuse me, almost any time, almost anywhere today. The reason for it, again, this area of low pressure, now designated a potential tropical cyclone. It has the potential, the high potential, 90% chance over the next 48 hours, probably later today or tomorrow morning, to develop into at least a depression, if not a tropical storm. And the reason they designated a potential tropical cyclone is so they can issue some warnings for coastal areas of South Carolina and North Carolina. For us, it means that moisture plume kind of wraps right into that storm, and we get these areas of heavy weather moving in off Gulf waters. That'll be the case today until that low continues to move away from us. Then high pressure will build in, and our rain chances will start to go down tomorrow. Of course, Harvey's now a tropical storm, still producing the potential for another 20 inches of rain around the Houston area. Another 2 to 4 possible for us. Less rainfall tomorrow, but the sun comes out in full force starting on Wednesday. There's that area of disturbed weather moving onshore with the potential of the most rainfall along coastal regions of Manatee and Sarasota County. But still, a lot of places, especially river basins of Myakka and Peace River basins, could get as much as another 2 inches of rainfall with time. Of course, our double-barrel low-pressure areas, Harvey and potentially another tropical developing storm off Atlantic coast, plus a third one way out off the coast of Africa. Over 5 days, this has a 50% chance of development. Plenty of time to watch it. But this one has a 90% chance. But don't worry, all the computer models suggest it continues to move further and further away from the state of Florida, but it could threaten coastal areas of North and South Carolina. For us, the further away it moves, of course, the better our weather becomes. Forecast calls for an onshore wind flow today, and that means a very high rip current probability along our area beaches. Watch for that. High surf action as well. And an 80% chance of rainfall, heavy at times. The sun comes out on Wednesday, though, and the rest of the week looks to be pretty typical Florida weather. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning, there are some concerns throughout Manatee County. State Road 7301, also downtown Bradenton, seeing some congestion. There is a road closure at 15th Street and Whitfield Avenue due to some flooding in that area. Also in Sarasota County, you'll see some slowdowns throughout the area. On that area, I-75 looking pretty good for now. Looks like there is some congestion in South County, but other than that, not a whole lot to be concerned about. If you're heading out the door, just remember to stay safe if you're driving across the Suncoast this morning. In this hour's Health Smart, from recipes to bus routes, we Google everything, and now the search engine might be able to help you diagnose your depression. ABC's Janae Norman has details.
Have a rash? Ask Dr. Google. What to do about a broken toe? Ask Dr. Google. For many, Google has become the go-to search engine for anything and everything. Now, the common joke of referring to Google as a medical resource may actually be coming true, at least for depression. Google, in partnership with the National Alliance for Mental Illness, this week announcing that users who search terms related to depression will now be offered the chance to take a test that can tell you more about the condition. For instance, a search for "Am I depressed?" will provide a link to a trusted test for depression, the PHQ-9. Answer 9 questions and you receive a score to represent the severity of your depression. Important, since only half of people with depression actually ever get treatment. This new feature, not meant to replace a physician, but here Dr. Google can raise awareness about a common, sometimes deadly condition. Then, if you or someone you know is suffering from depression, Dr. Google recommends you take your results to your flesh and blood doctor. With today's Medical Minute, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News.
Entertainment news, all the rain in Texas caused a popular band to postpone its big concert. Coldplay chose to hold off on a weekend concert at the arena in Houston. They promised to return when they could and told fans on Twitter to stay safe and see you soon. And Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets may have bombed in this country, but its performance overseas is surprising critics. The big-budget sci-fi epic topped the international weekend box office, grossing over $32 million. Overall, it has earned about $164 million. Analysts figure it needs to still make twice than that to break even. That's a big budget film.
Oh, I know, for sure. And also the VMAs were last night. Taylor Swift coming in pretty epic last night. I don't know if you got a chance to see it. I saw some aftermath of it and some videos posted on social media.
I did see a few minutes of that.
Yeah.
So she did well?
She did well, and comes on a few days after her release of her new song.
That's
so
right.
Good for her.
Up next, your local news headlines, and a high school football player has a moment he won't soon forget.
We'll tell you how 2 teams helped one special player's dreams come through after this.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I'm calling calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now, 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
40 million. That's the number of free phones still available and the number of how many Americans can still get prescriptions free.
Free could be wonderful.
That's why I'm still working at 77 years old to pay off my prescriptions.
I needed to have a prescription filled and I had to leave because I couldn't afford it.
Call now and see what's available for you. Free prescriptions. Over 10 million people get prescriptions free, and the program has expanded so another 40 million can. Free dental. Over 15,000 dentists have provided over $330 million in free dental work. Free cell phones. 40 million free cell phones are still available with free minutes and more.
Free cell phone would change my life right now because it is something I cannot afford to get.
Medical supplies like back braces, knee braces, and diabetic supplies may be covered too. The free RX Plus hotline has saved callers over $12 million on their prescription costs. These free programs are now available to 40 million more people. Call now.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Here's today's job of the day. ABC 7 is seeking an account executive to join our winning sales team. This is an outside sales position covering the Tampa DMA. Visit mysuncoast.com/job of the day to apply.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information when severe weather threatens the Suncoast. Visit mysuncoast.com and download yours today.
Here's a live picture from some street flooding in Manatee County. This is the Center Lake neighborhood, which has been evacuated. 61 families have been forced out. There's a temporary shelter not too far from there at St. George Episcopal Church. But right now, watch out for ponding all over the area.
That's right. We are getting reports from people across the Suncoast on our social media this morning saying there is flooding and some road closures all over the area. So keep that in mind if you're heading out the door this morning.
6:54 right now on your Monday morning.
Let's take a look at some of the top stories on the Suncoast.
All the rain on the Suncoast has caused evacuations that we just mentioned. Standing water, watch out for that. We might also see up to 4 inches of rain before it's all over on Wednesday.
Plus, a local couple is heading to Baton Rouge, Louisiana to help storm victims. The Red Cross is bringing volunteers in to help pass out food to other emergency workers.
And the Fort Hamer Bridge in northern Manatee County does not open for 3 weeks, but runners had a chance to cross it this past weekend. The bridge will connect Lakewood Ranch to Parrish.
Taking a look at your First Alert traffic this morning, as we mentioned, there are some conditions across the area, some ponding on the roadways. You can see 301 heading north and southbound, seeing some slowdowns, as well as 41 in Sarasota County, Bee Ridge Road, and 41 heading southbound, seeing some more cars. And I-75 looking good as we head into South County, pretty quiet, but there are some slowdowns on Business 41. Again, remember that ponding on the roadways, John.
It's a First Alert weather day as potentially heavy rain is possible again today at times, almost anywhere, at almost any time of the day. Rain chances go down a bit tomorrow, but Wednesday, the sun comes back out.
All right, thank you, John. Well, amid all the seriousness of high school football, players on both sides of the ball united in Alabama to make a young player's dream come true. 18-year-old Jake Hyde has Down syndrome. But there he goes, touchdown for Jake. He put this on his Twitter feed. He scored a 35-yard touchdown. Players on both sides ran downfield to congratulate him on his touchdown. His team has a big win that night, 24-3. But hats off, helmets off to players, particularly on the opposing team, who helped celebrate this young man's ceremonial touchdown, which did count, but the game was out of hand by that point.
Oh my goodness. Well, that is so great and so heartwarming.
Very
especially
nice.
on a devastating day like today.
That's right. So we'll be talking to you throughout the morning, John.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy day. A lot of rain showers around. At times, some heavy rain today. So take it easy and ease up off the gas pedal if you're on those roadways.
Definitely.
Yeah, watch that ponding roads. Enjoy your Monday, folks. Stay dry.
Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.